Honestly, these are our politicians. They need to really be careful, even in their dealings. Just watch this video.
Your Excellency, these are the lions and the tigers of different local governments.
Your influence goes beyond one police unit. Yes. You will do your unit, you will move to other units. In fact, you will even move to other wards. And some of you are so dangerous, you will move to other local governments. I tell you, this election will be Operation Show Your Result. Operation Show Your Result. And that operation, I can tell you the truth. Now many of them go favor. Amen. Because what you now fit do, many big men not fit do.
Welcome back, and on today's news we're talking about Edo 2020. ong ROUßL demands IYAMU's arrest after viral video of meeting with thugs. Osaro ong ROUßL, the founding director general of the PDP Governors Forum, has called on the police and DSS, which is the Department of State Services, to arrest the Edo governorship candidate of the APC, Osage IYAMU, over his meetings with alleged thugs ahead of the September 19 poll. A video had surfaced online on Friday in which IYAMU was seen addressing some alleged thugs in the state. The group, identified as, quote, the Lions, were said to have been led to the APC governorship candidate by one Tony Kabaka. Ose Aneni on Twitter said, "We have to ensure this election remains a contest of ideas and discourage actions that may lead to violence. I condemn this meeting between Pastor IYAMU and Tony Kabaka. Youths are not tools for electoral violence." Reacting via his Facebook page on Saturday, ong ROUßL said IYAMU's alleged plan to, quote, wreak violence in the Edo governorship election had been exposed. He said IYAMU's instruction to the boys to move from one polling unit to the other during the election clearly violates the Electoral Act. ong ROUßL added that the move was aimed at disrupting peaceful conduct of the election. He urged the security agencies to move swiftly to save Edo people from the impending bloodshed allegedly being planned by IYAMU and his, quote, his legion of political thugs. ong ROUßL urged the law enforcement agencies to note that no political actor has monopoly of violence. He further warned that unless IYAMU's alleged excesses were curtailed, other political actors may be encouraged to resort to self-help to encounter any threat of violence at the poll. This article, and obviously this, brought out a lot of comments, and people got very heated in the comment section. The first person says, "This man is not a pastor and should be suspended immediately by the Redeemed Christian Church of God, or better still, expelled from the church." And 3 people replied to this and said, "Why? Because to the best of my knowledge, most of their pastors are like that." Do you believe that that is true? The RSSD pastors, do you think that they act in this manner? Another person says, "Any proof?" Well, in relation to the article, another person says, "PDP, prepare yourself. If not, what happened in Kogi State will repeat itself in Edo. Mark my words." Another person says, "The evil APC commit within just 8 years in power is more than PDP 16 years. Just look at money borrowing APC government times 100 in PDP government of 16 years, killing everywhere, corruption. What had not happened in the history of Nigeria is happening now in APC government. Only blind man cannot see but hear it." Do you believe that is true? Someone says, "Once a cultist always remains sane." Do you believe that IYAMU is a cultist? That is a very bold statement to say. Once a cultist always remains sane is one of them and will need their service. Edo people, open your eyes. They are not really interested in election, but rigging coupled with violence. Somebody says, Jesus, APC candidate can't move anywhere. Do you believe that is true? Somebody says, foolish thugs. How many of their family members are among or in the meeting? Wise up and shun be used by any. Their children are cooling down in APC. They eat corn with you, but later they don't step down from their cars. They walk around in the streets, but after they fly jets. That is really realistic. Another person says Obaseki is a true politician. His eyes are everywhere, but APC is not aware of these facts about him. PDP all the way. Someone says IYAMU should be arrested. See who called himself a pastor. I mean, he probably is like a tactic to basically get more votes and win over people who are in the church, especially when it comes to the RCCG, because that's a really good way to sort of manipulate people using the church to gain votes, which obviously I personally believe is unethical. You shouldn't be doing that because the church should remain neutral in political issues. Another person says, has any security agency or the National Assembly or even the presidency respond to ong ROUßL's claims against IZE's preparation to unleash terror on Edo election? This is why I hate politicians. How can ong ROUțL be making such serious, weighty allegations online or even newspapers? Why not go to court, the police, the National Assembly, or even the presidency if he's very sure of this evidence? But the thing is, we can't even trust in the Nigerian court system because it's very, very biased. You can just pay out a judge to say something or agree with one side, and the case is closed for how many years if they choose to open it whenever again. Another person says, is ong ROUțL waiting until the case turns against him and his party before they take decisive actions? Why has IYAMU not denied the allegation and even challenged ong ROUțL to come out with the evidence to relevant authorities? Another person says it is only Nigeria that lives are taken at will, yet the state and federal governments do nothing. I mean, with the government, I think they are made in terms of the amount of corruption that's going on, and they make bad economic decisions that, to be honest, they're never going to face the consequences or the repercussions of these economic or political decisions that are affecting the economy, obviously. And so what happens is they can be comfortable to do whatever they want. And this is why it is very important for a lot of people to be awake and take, the allegiance to a tribe or whatever out of political decisions, because you are basically making other people decide bad things for your future. Another person says, imagine, youths be wise, they will use you and dump you. Their children are not part of you. It is a good game that children will be leading so to control the money. Think of life, your parents and friends. Life is sweet, has no duplicate. If you ask them to involve their children, they will not leave you alone. Another person says, irrespective of what happens, IYAMU will fail. Do you guys believe that? Somebody says, imagine the kind of person APC should represent as their candidate. Although I true Wike because he's warming up with his men for the fight. Another person says, photos and videos don't lie. IYAMU is a gangster. I mean, from the video, do you believe that he's a gangster? It is a very, for someone who's going to be in political power running for that is sort of something that if you're going to be voting, you should really take that into consideration. Somebody said, the same way APC used Boko Haram to intimidate PDP out of power. I don't quite understand this statement. Because someone please in the comment section develop on this comment. From the comments and what you have seen in the article, especially the video, please put what you think. Do you really think the IYAMU's meeting with thugs will really help his campaign? Put what you think in the comment section below. And also do not forget to like and subscribe. Bye.